This is Rene Eriquez. Nickname Bootser. Black Hand of the Mexican Mafia. Prison gang politics.
Hey folks, my name is Rene Eriquez. Welcome back to Uncensored. New shirt, new Dodgers hat, new episode of the hotel meeting. I thought we'd get right into this. This will probably be, I think it's episode 8. And I want to let everybody know on these episodes and the videos you see and the audio you hear, if you want to hear them unedited and in their entirety, you can do so on Patreon. Go to my Patreon, Rene Eriquez Uncensored, and join there, and you can listen to them without my editing, without graphics. You're just going to see the raw audio and video there. So you're welcome to do that. I think we left off last time. They were talking about an individual from 18th Street. They were talking about purchasing guns. And I think the most important takeaway we had in that last segment was that Shy started discussing the Maxon Road massacre. This is where the conspiracy started to gel. And we're going to pick up right where we left off. Let's start that audio now. I'll break it down for you as we go along.
Right?
No.
He was supposed to stab somebody in the yard for a minute.
Anyway, they're supposed to be, these vatos from down there in San Fernando Valley, they're supposed to be taken care of any day now.
He's not from...
Well, he's down there collecting feria and saying he's a carnal. So I told him to take care of him.
Speedy Force. What, they got him?
Yeah, we were there in Tehachapi, remember?
He's one. Same one. Is he young?
So they're talking about Speedy, I believe, from 18th Street. They're talking about eliminating him right here, that the individuals from San Fernando Valley are supposed to take care of it, and that's in the mix now.
He's young, light-skinned with tattoos?
Yeah, no.
I don't know what he look like, I just know we ain't got no carnal.
That's the same one. That's the same one, mean. Light with tattoos?
His back.
He's young, right?
Wasn't his last name Gonzalez too? But, he was my neighbor for a while. It wasn't that's Caballo's last name. Because you moved in with Caballo, huh? And that motherfucker was your neighbor then, huh? Him and Chato from 18th Street, they were Sally's.
So Puppet wanted me to come.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, so we can deal with it.
Because I heard him doing that.
Right before that.
I had got word that he did that. He's a piece of shit. He locked
I ran
up.
it by. Hey, neighbor, remember right before me and you got arrested?
The dude
last
George
year?
called me the other day.
I told you that
called me
Puppet had
the
called
other
me
day,
and told me that Speedy had told him that I'd sent Speedy to kill him.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I think that's Speedy.
That's the same one, but he's bullshit. He's bullshit.
Remember I was telling you about that? Did Puppet want me to come to the room?
And then,
You remember?
there's another guy from Southside Whittier. I'm trying to think of his name.
I got
God damn, what the hell was his name? He was going around collecting, and from State, who knows who's familiar with State Street? Chuco? What? State Street? They said that I went over there and collected $25,000 in drogas.
Jesus, where's
Where's it at?
I don't even think State Street.
We used to have them a long time ago, but they stopped paying them.
You know what they said? I went over there and collected $25,000 and drogas.
They paid it out for a long time.
That's how you bought that truck, huh?
But old motherfuckers.
No, it's the time again, huh? There's about 100 of them.
Yeah, well,
So what they're talking about is a rash of individuals taxing in the name of the Mexican Mafia. That's what Speedy from 18th Street doing. They're talking about another individual that's claiming that they paid, I think that's Negro speaking. I could be mistaken. Off to the left of the shot here from the camera, he's talking about $25,000 that are claiming that were paid to him.
find out who he is.
It was around back then.
State?
Oh, Sixty's old. This is right. Yeah. In fact, I've never known a motherfucker under 60 years old from State Street.
About 100, huh?
We had a couple of carnales from State Street.
Really?
Bob Steele.
Right down Bow Heights, huh?
Yeah, State Street. Bob Steele was from State Street. Sí, vago, es carnal vago, no
¿Qué
vago.
pasa con ese cabacho? Ya estuvo.
Vago,
What happened with the papeles?
Vago died, and Bob's still locked up in the bed.
That was a blast from the past. HueroShy mentioned Bob Steele from State Street. I believe I have a graphic of him. If not, we could post it on Patreon and let you see it. But that is the wonderful thing about Shy. He's filled with history. He's filled with all these anecdotes, all these stories about different carnadas where they locked up. And you hear him, he's just a font of information. It's always, you get kind of a kick listening to Shy because he's like the recorder of history there.
You know, got him. No, you ain't gonna set him.
I thought they had cleared him.
You ain't gonna set him.
I thought they cleared him.
Maybe the company.
Now the AB's well.
John Stenson.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing happened on that.
John Stenson ain't gonna say nothing.
As a matter of fact,
He's got too much heat anyway.
Is
Whatever he
Luca-
sends is gonna get traced to whoever gets it.
Luca keeps calling, you know, she wants us to send somebody down there, and I told him, no. I go, you said that John has that. You said you were gonna get it. So,
Hey, be careful.
So that is Champ Mendez talking about John Stinson's wife, Deborah, wanting them to go pick up transcripts. And Champ is refusing, saying, no, you said you were going to get that, and we're going through that conversation now.
Fix that, man. Send it to a third person.
no,
P.O.
but
box.
it's not coming to me, but I'm just saying that they're not gonna get it.
They don't have it.
So where we
Well, the
go
brothers
from
up there
here?
would have had him, huh?
So,
It'd be a lot easier to do it
oh
that
yeah,
way.
They
yeah.
just,
So where do we go from here? We just take care of that gabacho or what? Has he called you? Has he called you?
no, you know, not.
What gabacho is that?
Slow.
So what about, he's the one who's opening the mouth
Yeah, he's the one that's out
Pushing
there.
it?
Yeah, pushing it.
and he's, we know where he's at.
He's staying in Riverside now. Nobody
He is
knows
from
exactly
Riverside.
where he's at, but he's staying in Riverside.
So they're talking about Slocum. They're talking about eliminating Slocum at the request of John Stinson. They're not receiving the paperwork that was mentioned, and they're debating whether to take care of him. They've ID'd him and know his location in Riverside, California.
You get him to John's old lady or?
You know what? He ain't nothing.
Y el otro,
You just put it.
Hey, but John's pushing it through Slocum.
Oh yeah. Well, we had to do that the last time, right? The last one?
Like a motherfucker.
We
He got
already
into
knew
a
that.
sporting set.
But still, the other ones, when they get in run them out like that, they're fucking up.
Just because,
But-
isn't that Guantes crying or something?
They're gonna fade in the background just like the gun. They got no
He could have took the cargo for
They're
one.
just going
And because
They was hoping they-
he's gotta be
They was
involved.
hoping they could suck us more than doing something. That's all.
They're through anyways, huh? What's about 10 of them left? And they're fighting each other?
So you hear Chuco and Gibby in the background talking about the Aryan Brotherhood, and you hear Chuco make a derogatory comment about the Aryan Brotherhood. He says, F them. Gibby pipes in that they're through anyways, that there's only 10 of them left. And that's never really been the relationship with the organization and the Aryan Brotherhood. As long as I've been around, there has been some tension and there has been conflict with the Aryan Brotherhood, but it's always been quelled due to the long-standing historic relationship that the Mexican Mafia fostered with them. I mean, there's some good guys in the brand that I knew. There were always the level-headed guys. Of course, there are hot-headed individuals in both organizations that always were raring for conflict. Some of that came to a head in Pelican Bay. Some of it came to a head in Los Angeles County Jail. But since that period in time, the organizations live in relative harmony. But there are, you see Chuco right there voicing his opposition to the brand. And I had never heard that before, him speak negatively of the brand.
Talk to some of the gente I knew. We went to let go of
That's China Boy speaking now to the right of the camera.
pero yes,
Yeah, I get more things. We'll get to that later.
trying to work with them right now. Catching up with them and
Yeah.
No, I talked to like Tortugas,
How
man.
much do they want?
No, doesn't Randy have
I want like
Yeah, I
like
called
five
him,
each.
and he don't answer that.
Who's that? They probably all pushing around. It don't take that long.
5-2's too short.
There's not that much traffic.
It took me about 10 minutes to get a traffic with that.
Now coming west.
Don't make no money.
Yeah. I did.
Go put them in.
I don't even know how to get it on the side.
Do like the car, do like that.
She said that
It's
she
hard for you know, to get it work.
Do
But,
that be there for you.
so fed up.
Everybody down there working, know where to come.
Yeah.
This is our limit that we go for now. And let them keep it for the back. Use it in the back.
Everybody got something here. I got pretty much home. I don't. We just missed that accident.
So the conversation with China Boy and Perico is very low toned. I can't discern what they're saying, but they're talking about paisas distributing marijuana for them, and Perico wants to know how much weight can they move. Otherwise, it's not worth it, right? And then the rest is being drowned out by the subsequent conversation happening to the left.
Well, hey, what's happening down that way? I gotta go down that way.
Accidents.
Because I'm going to San Diego tonight, man. That's where I leave.
It's drying up right now.
But what about it? Is the traffic died out or what?
Southbound, northbound,
Going that way is fast.
Going towards Rose. Because they've got part of it closed over there. Over there by Carolina or something.
Well, see, from here, I'm going to go to the pad and pick up my son. And then I'm going to I got to go all the way home.
That was Tonito Rodriguez, down deceased, killed by Sereno some years back. They got up from the bed and left the room.
And then come all the way back.
As a matter of fact, Mira, Mike, remember we're coming on to Santana, and it was all the way to San Diego, it was blocked. And the out ramp to the right. Yeah, right to Santana, it's blocked all the way.
All the way
Tonito just sat back down on the bed again.
to San Diego.
I don't know, it's going away, probably all the way into the 405. Because it merges with the 405 over there by Lake Forest.
Angle, any more in
So where you at now? Over there in Woodland?
Yeah, you could
I
take,
broke
you know,
down there.
yeah, you could take the 91 and cut on the 15,
15 yesterday.
and then take the 15 all the way
It broke down
to
right
San
there on the
Diego.
corner from you. I was gonna walk over there, but I was like, who got all over the fucking thing? So I just said,
Yeah, but it-
man, I don't know. I just threw it and called on the phone and said, come and get me. Told man. Yeah. Yeah, I just got that fucking pain.
But that traffic, by the time I get ready to go, that traffic might be died down.
It might be dead, yeah.
Because I won't be leaving.
Yeah, it's too late already.
Right now.
Then we went back to a little party with our servants, right?
Then you got blowed out.
And 91 to the 15.
I drank a
What is that, 91 West? To the, no, 91
East.
East.
Riverside.
91 East to the
Riverside, yeah,
15
get to
south.
Riverside.
If you're going to San Diego.
Let's take the 15 south.
Yeah, I was saying you're going to San Diego. North is Vegas, Barstow, Iraq.
And the 91 is known.
Obviously, they're not talking about anything exciting. But if we skip ahead, we might miss something juicy. So let's hear it out. HueroShy's getting directions to San Diego right now. This is the mundane mob talk right now.
In Hamilton, we're looking at 14 here.
Just run it, stretch it.
Hey, was this regularly scheduled or special for?
91 West.
But the next one will be the end of the month.
I'll try that a bit on bond too.
End of the month.
All that stuff, just run it.
See what happened here. Might have dismissed ones,
No, the way they work, see, he knows it. They have to come up with something different. Something more than they had before. You know?
Something
See, the
strong.
only thing is they can say that the Huda just has to say they have it and make you go through the whole formality again and then make your lawyer work it and make sure that they ain't got nothing different. And and show that they don't got nothing to give us and kick it out again. That's what my job, that's my lawyer, that's good. You know, they know, he knows it's a personal thing. He don't know the time to make him spend money, you know, make him break him, lose my mom, try, plea bargain, take. They already did that once. It takes 7 years. It takes 7 years. You know, my lawyer already worked out a deal for a county lid. You know, and the next time I went back, since 7 years. See, we talking to county lid now 7 years. What they got that they didn't have last time, you know? They said nothing.
That's Pee Wee speaking out of camera shot. I think he was first talking about affidavits for wiretaps, that they have to have something new. Every 30 days you have to renew a wiretap. And you need new evidence to convince a judge that there's criminal activity occurring on that phone. So they have to be able to provide that information to a judge and renew that affidavit every 30 days for a wiretap order.
He's putting pressure in our body.
Different DA.
I've got already about three different DAs there.
I got the fucking high profile fucking DA.
There ain't no special prosecutor or nothing like that.
I got fucking the dude that had the Heidi Price. I got Carter. He's a fucking fat fucking pig bitch motherfucker.
Chuco's talking about my prosecutor. He was the Organized Crime Anti-Terrorist Unit in Los Angeles County District Attorneys. Carter, he's actually also a death penalty attorney for the district attorneys, or was. And you hear Chuco Castro talking bad about him right now, but I remember him specifically. I met that gentleman when he was prosecuting me back in the day, probably over 36 years ago or so, 35 years ago.
Go back to 3 years.
How's it look though?
How's it look?
I don't know. They had a search warrant.
I think they gave the and the search warrant went in the pad found guns.
But they found them under the pad.
Yeah, the thing were under the house.
They went
that's
in
my
there
bad.
for guns? They went in there looking for guns? Or
Looking for guns and ammo.
That
They
was-
didn't find nothing
That
in
was
the pad.
that was the purpose of the search warrant, right?
They didn't find nothing in the pad. They found it underneath the house. And
Still, it's on the
moved in.
property.
I just moved in 8 days before.
Oh, well, that's but if it's on the property, did they fingerprint the this?
No fingerprints of mine came out. None of them.
Here, move this one.
So what Chuco's speaking about is this is the catalyst that convinced him to drop out. Richard Valdemar and the Violent Crimes Task Force. It's actually the Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Crime, which is the Mexican Mafia Task Force, served a search warrant on his home. He was renting an apartment. He had some guns under the house. I think there was like $30,000 in cash. They served the search warrant and told Chuco he was going to probably go away for the rest of his life. It was right then and there that Chuco made the decision to flip. And that's why you're seeing these videos today. This is the first individual that brought about investigation by the feds into the organization. So really you're seeing this historic footage. This is historic footage. You know, there have been multiple federal investigations and indictments since then, but none like this one. This was a massive investigation. 13 members were indicted, and it took a couple of years. And it was the instance that Chuco's talking about in this very clip that brought him to the point where he decided he was going to defect from the organization. Excuse me. And you have to admit, he plays this role really well. Chuco fit right into this. He acted into it. He still carried himself as a mobster. He still had palabra or juice and word in the organization. He's well respected. And you see him from time to time, people get in front of the camera or they'll play something in front of the camera, he'll move it. And it reminds me of Gibby in the last clip talking about stilling the clock radio. Gibby's the guy running around, eating chips, double dipping. Yeah, he's double dipping. Yep, these stuff are that. I agree with all the commenters in the videos with this guy double dipping. And he's annoying. He's an annoying little weasel, right? I mean, who comes to a mob meeting in a slingshot and a beanie, right? And an elastic cholo belt? Gibby does. So even when Gibby starts talking about stilling the clock radio and advances towards it, Chuco stops him immediately like, no, He fit into this role perfectly, and it looks like he's not even nervous. He's grew into his skin as an informant, and he's conducting himself well. We'll finish this off right now.
How'd they get the search warrant?
Someone had to swear.
Some confidential informant.
Hazard. Check that. I took my car, the little blue car, never took that motherfucking hazard in my life. I took it in hazard, went in my waistband, put it in the dash. No, went in the dash, put it into my waist, put something in my waistband, walked in hazard, walked back, took the gun out. No, what resembled to be a gun. I put it back in the dash.
And what was this, Chuco?
See, I don't want to work my car.
So you hear Chuco telling about probable cause for the search warrant on his house, which is they witnessed him in hazard projects in his blue car, extracting a gun from the car, putting it in his waistband. That was the justifiable cause for a search warrant to be signed on his residence, where they found the weapons and Chuco flipped. Again, historic video. Hope you enjoyed this clip, folks. We're gonna try to finish off this hotel meeting within the next couple of episodes. With that said, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hype the videos, folks. It's very important. If you can't afford to join as a member, you can always leave a comment. You can hit the notification bell. You can like and share with a friend. You can support the channel that way. Everything counts. Everything counts when supporting the channel. And like I said earlier, if you want to see these unedited versions of these videos in their entirety, go to the Patreon page, Rene Eriquez Uncensored. You can join there. Okay, folks, have a great day. Peace out. We'll be back soon with another episode.